Hello, how are you guys doing? Sorry I'm a little late. I was looking into audio mixers, which is... I don't know anything about computers or audio or internet. Don't know what I'm doing, my dudes. Can I be real? I have no idea how any of this technology works, and I'm just glad that it does, because if it ever stops, I'm screwed. What I do know is that because my my audio interface is older than some people who watch my stuff, it is a little bit old. The tweet, did I just not hit the send button? There it is. There's the send button. There, tweet is out. There, we're ready to go. Is there any reason you won't be able to install Windows 10 on a fresh hard drive? I have no idea what the fuck. Is there? What do you mean by this? I have no idea what that means. Like, maybe? Hey, guess what's a thing for the next 6 days? Did you know you have currently 41.3k followers on... Oh. It's the Homestuck number. Like buying a new hard drive and putting it on that. Will it be able to access the stuff on the other hard drive? Like, even though the other hard drive's set up for Windows 7? I don't know shit. I'll be real. Hey, did you know a thing that's available until the 15th? I should say. It's this thing. Why, what is this thing? It's my ownage page. And while the shirt will be available forever, the RevShroom plush will only be available until the 15th. The Town of Nowhere shirt color is a little bit different IRL. I've shown it off on streams before. It looks great. It's a comfy shirt. Feels good. Comes in colors that you'd have, that you'd put on a person. Apparently, just these colors... completely unprintable, magenta and teal, so you're gonna find a little bit of a color shift. Just be ready for that. But the RevShroom plush looks super good. It feels super good. We're looking on how to get new merch going and more merch and all that jazz. But yeah, I just figured I'd say that at the top. It's time for Homestuck. Where were we? We just did Misstuck is what we did. We spent an entire session on Misstuck. And then, yeah. So we're going to do this for like a bit. And then we're going to do other things. Retired Banana, thank you for the 10 months of support. Rev, please, everything is on fire. I assume you mean literally now. Which is a thing that's happening now. I've been saying this entire year just to sort of like vaguely hint at all of the problems in the world, that the world's on fire right now. But right now it's actually literally on fire. It's not just sort of a metaphorical thing. It's a lot of things are actually on fire. So there's that. Gargalaxy Tail, thank you for the gift sub. Welcome back. I need professional help. Yeah, this week it actually is like a literal thing. You brought the shroom and the shirt. Now, someone just tweeted me before I went live, which is another reason I was a little bit late, because they were saying that they got the shirt but not the shroom. It should be good. I'm gonna figure out what's going on with that with ownage. If you have any issues with that, just message ownage and I will make sure that it happens. And if it doesn't happen, I'll take my fucking business elsewhere. But they should be good. Should be good. Thank you for the 5 gay bits there on your AM radio. Anyway, and then it looks like Coil Twitchbot gave me 100 bits while I was offline, so thank you for that. Ownage tends to do very good quality work, and they tend to be upfront about any delays or issues that they have, and they make sure that it's good. Spreadshirt was not doing that for me. Spreadshirt was just like, I don't know, fuck you. Like, they just didn't give me good reasons on why shit wasn't getting done. And I'm not about that. The buck stops with me. If you guys don't get shit, it's my fault that I'm selling on that platform, you know? So, even if ownage takes a little longer sometimes, they get it right. And I'd prefer that. Because you're gonna not have the shirt for maybe a week, but you won't have the... You'll have the bad quality forever, you know? I don't know. The original gender reveal party thing was apparently because of the woman having multiple miscarriages, and she just wanted to be like, we can tell. Like, it's gotten to the point that we can tell if it's a boy or a girl at this point. We're so happy that we've been able to have a baby that got to this point. This is great. We're doing great. It's a healthy baby. We're happy. And now it's whatever the fuck this shit is. And now people are idiots. I don't know. Are the shirts limited edition? No. They will be around for quite a while. I don't know how long, but not just until the 15th. The plushies are the only thing that's limited. But anyway, let's read this. So, Vriska, Tavros, this fucking sucks. What? What do you mean, what? For starters, this completely horrible shared body resurrection bullshit that just happened. Didn't we read this? We read this one, and we... let me see if... 4... Have we not read this? I thought we read this. Because she complained about it the whole time. No, we didn't? Okay, you read part of it. Okay, I'll read the whole thing, so that way we read all of it. I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Maybe we were overreacting about the one person. Overreacting my ass. What a nightmare. This is still making my ghostly skin crawl just thinking about it. So, no. I think I've decided you're being unreasonable. It was cool being alive again for a while, as strange as an unsettling mutant. If we didn't explode outside ourselves so fast, it could have been an adventure, maybe. I just didn't finish reading this page. Okay, that's totally fine. Then I'll take care of it. If it didn't explode outside so fast, it would have been an adventure. What sucks about the Spreadshirt thing is, for the longest time, they were doing fine. And then they just kind of, I don't know. They gave me some responses that I didn't feel like were adequate. And it's just like, this is going to be a problem eventually. They're an okay company, but I just wanted more, you know? I wanted something better than what I was getting. And maybe they'll be that eventually. But right now, I didn't feel like that they were the best choice. Sure, that's easy for you to say. You weren't getting the one getting the short end of the shared personality stick. Maybe if your personality was as much of an upgrade as mine was to yours, then we'd have been cool with it too. You might be right. Actually, that was pretty neat. What? Getting to feel all the amazing self-esteem you get to feel? I don't really know what it felt like. Mostly knew what it pretended kind felt like. So thank you for letting me feel that, I guess. They're just kind of intermixed. It feels like it's less of a thing now, Emerald. I feel like in the first 1,000 or 2, maybe even 3,000 pages, there's an occasional slur said by mostly Carcat. But it seems like it's less of an issue now than it used to be. It was a different year, and I think it's fine to have characters say that kind of stuff, especially because Carcat does feel like the kind of person who would just slip in just the most heinous words, you know? Like, it's part of his personality is that he's an unrelenting dick. Hussy mostly stopped by this point. I think I might be able to zoom in a little bit. Would you guys like the screen a bit bigger? I could do something like we could go like this big. Okay. What about this instead? Well, let me center it a bit better. But something like that. Let me see what the image at the top looks like. It needs to be down just a little bit. Okay. Getting there. And... Alright, how about that? Is that better? Well, this way we get the title. I made sure that that was still there. Where were we? It's actually pretty neat getting to feel all the self-esteem. Finally get a... Now that you mention it, maybe there was a silver lining to that freak show. Someone finally got a chance to feel firsthand how great it is to be me. Yeah, it must be pretty great overall, aside from being partially me briefly. How have you been? Dead mostly. Yeah, me too. Yeah. So sorry about that, by the way. About what? About killing you. That wasn't very cool of me. Oh, right, I almost forgot that even happened. How'd you forget? Haven't you been pissed off at me about it? No, I mean, it was pretty much my fault, I think. I attacked you with my bogus self-esteem and paid the ultimate price. No, you idiot. That's not what the fuck is Vriska being reasonable for? Oh my god, Vriska is redeemed. She said sorry. You're reading a part that we can't see now? Okay, I'm going to have to keep that in mind. So where is the bottom of your page? It's right here. Okay, cool. Good to keep in mind. I almost forgot that even happened. How'd you even forget that? No, you idiot. That's not what happened at all. Might have to make it slightly... Well, that's just exactly the size it was. Do you want the page number? Yeah, for some reason that got screwed up. All right, one more little like fidgety thing. What if I go like this? I don't know as if this is any better. That's not any better. This is exactly what I had originally. If I fix it so that way you can see all of the text at once. Control... Yeah, maybe we could just zoom in on the text in general and then have it fit the same way that it did prior. That might be better. All right. That fit better. Can you guys read that? Anyway. No, it's pretty much my fault. I think I attacked you with my bogus self-esteem. No, you idiot. That's not what happened at all. I stabbed you through the chest because I was being a huge bitch. I mean, it was a long time ago, but it's not really how I remember it. Stop being so stupid. That's so stupid. No, you're stupid. Oh, shit. Tavros fucking gained a ball sack when he died. Where did that come from? No, you're stupid. You're such a pain in the ass when you're dead. Let's just agree that it was my fault and drop it. No, but okay. Man, being dead is such a drag. I don't know if I can deal with this shit anymore. I think it's alright. Oh, come on. It's so boring. It's completely pointless and hollow existence, this is. And the existential malaise wasn't bad enough. Now I have to be constantly watching out for this fucking orange guy. Orange guy? The orange guy. Have you not seen him? No. There's this orange guy. You mean the bird version of Dave? They have to, like, this is like a legitimate plot point? No, not Dave Sprite. It's just some random pointless orange guy who's been harassing me or hassling for me for some reason. Catch or break. If it weren't enough for a nuisance, we've apparently got a deal with getting yanked out of the afterlife without a moment's notice by some bozo in a codpiece to participate in his grotesque body fusion pranks. Between you and me, I'm starting to think that we're getting jerked around here, you know? There's some inexplicable force out there fucking with us. They're doing everything in their power to make sure that we aren't being totally fucking humiliated. We're saying completely irrelevant. We can't let them toy with us. Then they just sweep us under the carpet like that. No, I'm not going to let our irrelevance be marginalized anymore, Tavros. What are you gonna do? I think I'm going to start fucking some shit up. Oh no. More like, oh yes. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being dead, and I'm useless and bored, and I'm not going to take it anymore. You with me? No way. I like being dead. I like how there are no responsibilities or problems usually. Tavros, that is the lamest thing I've heard you say, which is quite something. Yes, it is. You've got to quit that loser attitude and get your ass out of the sand. That's just your low self-esteem talking. Is it, though? Is it low self-esteem to be like, I would just like not to have problems? And Vriska's like, causing people problems is entirely what I do. What do I do if there aren't problems to be had? I'm going to cause some. Am I misreading this, or is that exactly what's happening? Like, Tavros is pretty happy about being dead. Like, it's not really that bad of a deal for him. He can't die, so that's pretty rad. He's already dead. Okay. So Vriska continues to be a massive bitch for no reason. Okay, cool, good. I just want to be accurate. Tavros, it's the lamest thing I've ever heard you say, which is saying something. Yes, it is. You got to quit that loser attitude and get your ass out of the sand. That's just your low self-esteem talking. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to assist. You're gonna join me and together we're gonna fuck shit up. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, yes, no, yes. Yes, I definitely will cooperate with you more wholeheartedly. Damn it. Okay, fine. Like, yeah, I don't know, dude. She sort of said sorry, so I guess that makes the fact that she's killed multiple people for, I don't know. Does someone have a good reason for it? Does anyone remember why she broke Tavros's legs? Like, what that was about? Like, if there was a fucking point to that shit? You cannot proceed to the time capsule because you're lying on the floor unconscious. While descending deep into the ruins, a sudden earthquake jammed the elevator on the way down, causing you to take a nasty spill to the floor below. Luckily, you were wearing your trusty skull top, preventing a more serious concussion. You nevertheless lost consciousness in an attempt with all of your might to regain it. To make their LARPing campaign more interesting. Yeah, all right. You failed to regain consciousness years in the past, but centuries in the future. Jake, respond. Happy 13th, bro. I have something for you. Whoa, Nelly. You're some kind of friend? What is it? It's no big deal since it's nothing I was planning on giving you anyway. Just sort of happened to finish it today. I think I catch your drift. So my new tin comrade has finally got his head on his shoulders. Flarping, not LARPing. Okay, sure. But, like, who's Yellow? I don't know if we know who Yellow is yet. Dirk? It is Dirk. Okay, right. Yeah. Sorry. 13th anniversary or birthday? That's a good question. What did it say? Aren't they already 13? I thought they were like 16, 17. They're older than 13, and this is the future, so they've been... Does this mean that they're 30? Am I high? Years in the past. Okay, so I'm high. It's a flashback. That's a thing that's happening. I'm good. Rev, I know, dude. I know, dude. I don't know. Yeah, assuming I can actually send it today without another total untimely paradoxification. If not, then hey, you get a sick grill full of birthday slime instead. Oh, hell no. Please, hell no, man. Well, listen, if you're going to send anything to me, slime or otherwise, can you at least make sure that shit doesn't appear over my head like last time? Last thing I need is another birthday on my birthday is another installment of, quote, Man Bro Bukaki Theater. You don't really know what that means to you. You don't really know what that means, do you? Not really? It's just a figure of speech, man. Just gathered it meant getting some slime for, like in Ghostbusters or some such. Come. Kinda. I told you to look it up. Yeah. I'm a busy fella, Dirk. Wikipedia's got a lot of letters to type, and I think for a man in action to go, just type Bukake into just Google. You'll find out what it means real fucking fast. This is such bullshit. You just sit on your little jungle globe watching movies all day. Well, yes, but I have a lot of movies to bone up on. There's so many good ones I haven't seen. Rev is just kind of dumb. Thanks for letting me know. Guys? Don't tear that up. I'm just forgetful. I'm reading like a billion different things right now. Cats. He's trying to get into the bookcase.
You can't even read.
Yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Where was I? Screw you. I have impeccable standards. There's so much good stuff in there. I've been really on a roll with my picks lately. Do you even hear yourself, dude? Your picks are everything, and lately is always. Yes, I hear myself just fine. I hear a discriminating gentleman's melodious voice as it strikes my ears as the voice of reason. There's one that here's one that I'm pretty excited about. Have you heard about this Avatar jam? It's coming out next year. You mean the blue furry shit? No, man, it's not blue furry shit. Far from it. You remember Unobtainium? Like the entire plot was based around something called Unobtainium, as in something that's hard to obtain. Like that, they pulled that shit, and we want to believe that that's a fucking thing that we give a shit about. You know what? As much as like I watched that movie, which was once with my eyes, I can remember very little about it. As in the metal that used to be on the periodic table but was renamed, I don't fucking know. Why can you not remember anything about the movie? Because there's fucking nothing. There's nothing to talk about. It was Pocahontas in space, and they didn't. It was just visual cool things happening. But like that works while you're there, and maybe for the next like month or two afterwards. But that's it. And glowy tail sex, yeah. There's that. But anyway, this is still written in a time era where that gave, like, people cared. Do you remember the main character's name in Avatar? No, no one fucking does. I pointed out, I made up Jake. Yeah, but what were the other characters' names? I should read Homestuck. But it is far away on an enchanted planet rich with coveted treasures, and an adventure not at all that he finds. Oh no, he also finds romance. A beautiful blue woman from the wild teaches him the ways of her savage culture and the ways of alien love. Together they frolic in the forest while sharing primal intimacy through magic sexual escapades. Which is fucking hilarious, yes. What's so funny, wise guy? To borrow one of the more benign sectors of your zeitgeist, that was so gay. Excuse me, but I fail to see what could be gay about a huge blue men and women having really spiritual intercourse with their tails or something. Well, obviously not literally. Jake, where I'm from, that word hasn't been used as a pejorative or much at all in a really fucking long time. You're from freaking Texas, aren't you? Yes, but not exactly. But like, speaking as a fellow Texan, no, that's not the case at all. Like, it was just as a teenager, you'd say that because you didn't have any concept of it, and like any sort of level of social intimacy between teenage boys is just like, you're being nice to me. Like we're being friends to each other. Like I'm having a hard day and I just need someone to like listen to my issues. But I don't want to sound gay. You know? Post-apocalyptic Texas, though. Oh, okay. Well, we haven't really addressed that yet. Stop being such a cryptic troll all the time. Your avatar looks spectacular. Avatar looks spectacular, and I think that my presumptive review was spot on. The bloody end. What I said earlier about those furries was gay as hell. What you just said about those furries was gay as hell. And it's time to face the facts. You're treating my taste in general in flicks about your aloof hipster disdain as usual. You don't know anything about that movie, and maybe you'll like it. No, I already saw it. That movie sucked. It was the smelliest shit from the ugliest butt. Sorry, man. I know you're trolling me, but it won't be out for another year. Right. Here, let me send you the rest of this robot already. I've already spent too much time alone on this island as it is. I kind of worry about you. A man can only spend so much time in the middle of the damn ocean with nothing but pop cultural detritus of his own thoughts to keep him company. Right, here. Let me send you the rest of this robot already. Alright, I hope it wasn't too difficult to finish building as the rest of it was to assemble. Now you just screw the thing on and it's ready to go. Capital. Scoot that noggin on my way when you're at the ready then. Almost read that right. Cool, it worked. You nerd. He's got your slick Japanese spectacles and everything. Why is this metal man before me, or is it none other than Dirk Strider himself in my room? One thing at a time, bro. I haven't quite figured out how to get myself in there yet. It so almost sounds like that was something you're giving some thought. Well, okay, well, I don't know what you're implying there, but why don't you snap that sucker on the torso and fire it up? Affirmative. Continuing to boggle vacantly at your technical shenanigans. Your knack for gadgetry seems to surpass even my grandma's, and it was like this big-time gizmo legend. What do you do? How do you even do this stuff? I guess from your perspective, this seems hells of overpowered in a bunch of ways. Which I kind of am. Like a ninja sword. I'm basically nuts, okay? If you say so, buddy, I can believe it. But when it comes to building stuff, you're probably overstating things. Like, for example, if I told you someone 100 years ago could build a computer, or if I told someone 100 years ago they could build a computer, they'd probably be like, whoa, shit, look at this fucking genius. This is one of those things that, like, I've been thinking a lot about recently. That, like, if you went back to caveman times, you could build an iPhone. Like, there's nothing stopping you. Like, you could just do that. I mean, you don't know fucking how, and you'd have to mine all the resources. But the exact resources you use that makes the iPhone or Android or whatever the fuck it is in your pocket right now existed on Earth then. Right? Like, that's wild to me. That, like, I personally can't because I don't know how the fuck they work. But, like, theoretically, someone who had the ability to I mean, yeah, it doesn't have cell phone tower. Listen, there's a lot of you could build a computer. Fuck it. You could build a computer that's sitting on your desk right now, right? And the fact that, like, the only thing stopping us from having, I don't know, in 20 years time, some cool ass technology that we don't have now is that we just don't know how to fucking do it yet. Like, the stuff exists on Earth already that makes that thing. You know? Well, actually, first of all, they'd say, what's the computer? I think they'd only know what horses and diseases are and shit like that. But once you actually tell them what computers are, Jesus, Dick, you're a wizard. From your perspective, you know it's not a big deal to build a computer. You just go online, buy a case and a motherboard and some other shit, and you put it all together. It's not like you're smelting the goddamn silicone in your basement and making chips in a hermetically sealed, dust-free garage. Yeah, but come on. It's not like you're from the century in the future. Well, no. Yeah, but come on. Yeah. Nor am I a quaint man of the past. Pardon me, but I do sound like some trolley car bellyweather toiling in the heat of the mustache belt at the rough and tumble year of 1909. he said unironically. Give me some credit, man, and some to yourself as well. You're too modest for all this robotic noise. I don't know. I have a lot of time to work on stuff, and I guess there's a lot of irons. You know where they are? Here's a hint. They're pretty hot places. The kitchen? Sure. I'll keep some irons in there, but most of them are in the fire. Oh, of course. Fire is notoriously the hottest thing there is. Tip-top locale for the mess of hot irons. True that. I actually don't have much to do think about it anymore. One of the current projects hopefully will address that very issue. Gonna make an AI replica of my own mind and share some of the load, as well as some decent intellectual sparring partner, ideally. He is being a bit like, oh yeah, no, I'm not from the future or anything. I mean, there's entirely a possibility that like 100 years from now we're using the rock, like the resources we get off asteroids or whatever. It seems like something that we're on the cusp of figuring out right now. It's just economically not a very viable thing to do, but we could do it. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. Actually, there's so much to do about gonna make an AI replica of my own mind. He can share some of the load, as well as make some decent intellectual sparring partners, ideally. I know the conversations where you aren't ideally uniquely rad, but you know what I mean. I see. I think you're downplaying a pretty neat accomplishment, if you ask me. Well, we'll see. Does that mean I have to deal with two Dirks? One who is more machine than man, and another one who is a computer program you made? Haha. That's a super joke. I'm guessing you won't be hearing much from the program. Probably won't play much of a significant role in either of our lives. I doubt that we'll have. Yeah, I mean, that's just sort of me thinking about like everything that's been going on. Like, yeah, they've basically been doing that. Like, humpst. It's a hard humpst right there, champ. I'd wager a tiny sum of the results of the endeavor will be sensational. I believe in you. You do? Sure. Bro, I always have. You've helped me out a good deal and good friends for ages. What? Well, wasn't sure about doing this today, but if it's not true, then you don't believe in me, then I guess fuck it. Why not? Why not? I guess I'll call it an extra birthday present. But instead of the present is awesome, instead it's more of a weird confession that may change the way you feel about me. This happened like years ago? Whoa, Dirk, are you saying what I think? What do you think I'm saying here? Never mind, sorry for interrupting. I should sit down for this. I don't know what to do. Wait, I'm already sitting down. Maybe I should stand up? No. Just chill out, stand up, sit down, whatever. Here's the thing. You know those painfully obvious hints that I've been dropping that always seem to be flying over your head? Maybe. I think I need a towel or something. About me being from the future? Oh, yeah, I think so. Like, you're both gay. One of you is a time traveler, but you're both gay. Okay, I think so. Well, we're in jokes. It's true. Wait, are you being serious? Yes. Are you actually in a century from the future? No, more like 4 centuries. The year is 2422, or as we call it contemporarily, 411 or 411 PC, post condescension. Wow, I must say it about this announcement I wasn't expecting. You're a time traveler from 2044 or 2422. Here to help me build my robots or something? No, I can't travel through time. I can only send 3 things through time occasionally. I actually live here in the future alone in my apartment. I can send messages to you through the past, like I'm doing now. Years ago, our alien friends sent us a special chat client. It's basically just Pester Chum, but with some alien technology embedded. It's specifically wired to communicate with your time period. As hours go by for me, the time it sends messages also increments to the same amount. We communicate in lockstep, as if we both existed in the present. She said it was important for Roxy and I to begin communications with you and Jane. This is how we all became friends. Wait, with you and Roxy? She lives in the future too, though we live nowhere near each other. I asked her to refrain from telling either of you. I wanted to be the one to let you know and wait for the right moment. Holy fucking mackerel, this is amazing. This is like the least believable. I mean, I know it's real. I know this is real, but this is the least believable shit. If one of my friends growing up sent me this message and was like, this is real, I'd be like, you're full of shit. It's not real. It's a webcomic. I know that. He's been teleporting him robot parts. That is a solid point in the favor of maybe he's from the future. You're right. He did just teleport the last part of his robot that he made. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. You know, if someone was sending me robot parts magically through the air and they just appeared in my apartment and then they were like, I'm from the future. Yeah, I might believe him at that point. You're actually trusting me on this just like that with no second thought? Well, yeah, I mean, sure, why not? What? Wait, this isn't a prank, is it? No, this would be a very shitty and boring prank. I promise it isn't. And heck yes, I do believe it to freaking pieces. It's an awesome thing to be true. What's the far-flung future like? Some sort of crazy robo paradise? Not quite, but there's definitely robots. Oh man, what are your movies like in the future? I bet there's some real cinematic humdingers, like holographic stuff, or do you just plug directly into your brain pod, right? Wait, do you have brain pods, right? No, we don't have brain pods because those aren't a thing. You just made that up. There are no movies in the future. There are no humans either. They all went extinct. Roxy and I are the only ones left as far as we know. Well, shit. 4877 would be a good place to stop. Okay, I will bust ass to get there. 44, what'd you say? 4477? Where is a pencil? There it is. 44, 48, 77. This is viable. Okay. Oh man. Well, shit, Dirk, this story's got less awesome. Is it too late to backpedal on believing it before I start to cry? Nah, dude, it's too late. Tears ahoy. This motherfucker gets sad. You wanna know what happens? Sure do. Let me finish putting the steel melon on my brobot, and then I'm all ears. Complete brobot. This conversation is one of my favorites in the whole comic. That's good. Hey, he's finished. Look at the spanking iron. Look at this spanking iron friend from the future. He's perfect. Oh, shoot. Dirk, you just got blurry and disappeared. What the actual fuck? Don't worry. That's normal. Upon activation, he goes into stalking mode. Stalking mode? He'll stalk you in the jungle and strike when your guard is down. What? That's crazy. Why would I want that? I built you a robot. It's meant to assault you at random. Enjoy. Didn't you want someone to get into scrums with? Well, yeah, man, but like, I wanted to give you all the scrubs you can handle. Trust me, this will sharpen your combat skills. I guess you're right. I was just picturing a good, honest roughhousing. Why does the whole thing have to sound like so sketchy and nerve-wracking? Do you hear my grim tales of the apocalypse or not? Yes, you're right. Let's put these issues of fisticuff aside for now. Tell me everything about the future. So how does humanity fuck it up? Is it a nuclear holocaust? No, it's aliens. It's aliens, and it's Betty Crocker. Calling it now. No, is it robots? It's got to be robots, right? Per the Terminator? No, it's more of a gradual decline in population than that. Due to the insidious power grab of an aquatic alien empress. Here comes Lore. Oh, an old alien overlord story. Got it. So when does she show up? She's already there in your time period, hiding in plain sight. She's already here. In your time period, hiding in plain sight. She's been for anywhere between 50 and 100 years. She's the Baroness of Crocker Corp, Jane's company. But of course, Jane has no idea. Baroness has been using subtle... Does that mean that... Wait, Jane is her granddaughter, right? So that means that, like... She's part alien? Did they fucking alien? What? Just read? I'm working on it. Yeah, adopted. Okay, fine. Alright. The Baroness has been a subtle strategies to manipulate the human population through her company for a long time. On November 11th, 2011, she finally made her presence known to the world, along with the agenda for global domination. When was this written and when did people freak out about, like, was this a thing that was like a date that was coming up and people freaked out about it, or is it just like whatever? Finally made her presence known to the world along with the agenda for global domination. This is like made in 2013, so people weren't like, oh my god, he's predicting Betty Crocker's gonna fuck everything up. Homestuck is free to read. Up to about Homestuck 2, and then if you want to read stuff as soon as it comes out, you have to do the Patreon, I think. Which, for me, considering how fast I read, is never going to be an issue. This is pretty scary. So in a few years, she'll be in charge of everything? No, not quite. It's just wherein the world finally sees her for the threat she is. She continues to gain power by exploiting various institutions of the media from within. It would take several decades for her to claim the throne on Earth's absolute ruler. Her march to domination was facilitated by a number of scumbag sympathizers opposing brave new rebels, including my ancestor and Roxy's too. I think your ancestor qualifies as one, and in fact, I'm sure she doesn't have to be the first member to... She must have been the first member of the covert opposition movement. My grandma? I do remember when she was very young, she would tell me stories of a wicked woman who raised her. Was that even an alien? Yep, that's the whole story right there, most of which is shrouded in rumor and urban legend. But before we get sidetracked by any of that, I'd like to cover the big picture. You get a sense of the whole batshit lunacy that followed the Sea Hag's power play. Nobody at the time knew what the fuck she wanted to accomplish or what her actual motives were. But in retrospect, it became clear that she was trying to essentially restore the conditions of her old world home, which she used to rule over as well. Don't say 2021 event incoming. Like, nah. I don't want aliens. This year is enough. I've had enough bullshit this year. Stop it. She's insinuating these crazy laws. First of all, people weren't allowed to reproduce. She found our usual method of procreation revolting. Anyone who engaged in it was punished by death. But she still needed an ongoing population of subjects to abuse, so to propagate the race, she set up a weird system. At random intervals, every citizen would be required to supply their genetic material to drones. That DNA would be collected and combined in some way. Many years later, long after the original donors had died, the clones would be spawned from their DNA. So, like, you're just doing stuff and an Amazon drone just shows up and jerks you off? What? Okay. DNA would be collected and combined in some way. Years later, long after the original donors had died, clones would be spawned from their DNA, so no one would be able to know who their parents were or be able to trace their lineage. It was only through a bit of good fortune that Roxy and I were able to discover who our ancestors were. And they were the rebels you mentioned? Are they still alive right now? I mean, in my time? Yes. Cool. I'm very curious about them and also my grandma. I'll get to them, don't worry. Anyway, her imperial condescension turns out to be especially cruel to her human subjects. I'm sure her rule was no penance on her homeworld, but I think she resented humans' biological incompatibility with the ideal empire she envisioned, and she became frustrated. Humanity wasn't even really her first choice for rule. There are many reports that she attempted to clone members of her own species and replace the human population with them, but they all died. What happened to him? The rumors say it was her own pet who killed them. See, she traveled here from her world to Earth in this huge red space arc. Oh, I see. So it's there. Sure. I guess she had gathered up thousands of creatures from her planet. I'm guessing to save them from extinction. This is more than anything has led me to speculate some of the cataclysm happened on her home world. And she moved to greener pastures to rebuild her empire. We talked about this. This is already a thing we knew about. She bred all the creatures in secret, increasing their numbers, preparing for the eventual takeover. Each monster, or lusus naturale, something like that, was meant to be some kind of caretaker for the young. You can see where the dramatic schism between our species and hers begins. It also had a reputation for being quite insane. She happened to have this one big humongous sea monster, Lusus, was her own personal bodyguard, kind of a secret weapon. But it turns out this thing was kind of an enigma, sort of a double-edged eldritch horror, as much as her service as it was in calling the shots in some unfathomable way. Every time she tried to resurrect her race, she would slaughter them all psychically, as if keeping her ambition in check, or so the story goes. Wait, those beasts tend to the young? I can't tell if from first-hand experience that monsters are totally rotten at taking care of kids. They do a bang-up job of making them scared, though. Exactly. The plan was beyond shitty. So does that mean that you and Rox were raised by these things? Nope. It was just a very short-lived experiment centuries ago. Humans don't have the same evolutionary symbiosis with the things that her race had. It turns out a bunch of fucking alien monsters have no interest whatsoever of taking care of human babies. I keep losing track of things. Abby has decided that she needs to wake up me and Tilda at the time that Tilda used to get up in the morning, at about 5. We call her our fuzzy alarm clock. She's very good. She's very good at waking us up and remembering what time it is. She is like on fucking point. She knows when it's 5 a.m. It's unfortunate that we don't have to wake up anymore at 5 a.m. And we don't. So she doesn't need to come into the room and just start screaming. But she does. I love her. But I would like to sleep approximately more than 20 hours a week. That is not a thing I do right now. That's rad. So my attention span, my ability to understand things, and my ability to read are all going down the drain real fucking fast. And those things were already shit. And pretty much just wound up eating them, or at best abandoning them. Later, she insinuated that the Lusus droid system to serve the same function. She began phasing in more robotic solutions in favor of doing all of this ill-conceived biotech nonsense that they always did, but did nothing but backfired. Even drones were replaced by robotic versions. I imagine that so just some guy would rock up to you and be like, "Hey, I've come for your cum. Jerk off into this cup. Got shit to do, man. I gotta hit everyone else in the office." Like, when they say drone, do they mean like drone as in like small, like worker ant sort of thing? Or they mean like Amazon drone? I thought they were always bots. Yeah. This thing would walk up to you and be like, "Jerk off right now." And it's like, dude, I'm fucking pumping gas. And he's like, "Pump your cock. You gotta propagate your species right now at the 7-Eleven. The fuck? Head over the cum right now. The fuck is this story? They're not prostitutes because they're not doing it in a way that makes you feel good. It's just like, it's like they're being robbed. But not without a good fight, not without taking her share of frustrations out on the human population. She attempted to enforce blood casting through efforts of genetically altering people's blood color. It was an ugly chapter. A lot of people fucking died from that debacle. Over the last 400 years, the population just got smaller and smaller from atrocities piling up, but she clearly didn't give a shit. All the while, the amount of dry land kept shrinking up due to gradual flooding. Soon, there was hardly anywhere else to live, and that was that. No more people. Wait, flooding? Oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned that up front. One of the first things that she did was while in power, was begin melting the ice caps. Why? It took a while, but eventually the whole world was flooded. And that's how it is now, totally soaked up in this bitch. Like the epic Kevin Costner film. Waterworld kind of sucks, but in a cool way. Like, if you ever get a chance to watch Waterworld, it's kind of bad, but it's great. Injitech, thank you for the gift sub. The Mind Crime. That's a name. Almost exactly, except especially by the same degree of shittiness. Does that mean that you have to drink your own pee? You get used to the taste. Welcome it even. It takes about 15 days in a row of hard piss drinking, though. Ew. No, dude, ew. Relax. I don't drink my own goddamn piss, okay? Oh, okay, woo. I guess your Lustus droid thing sees to it that you have fresh water. Nope, those things stopped being a long thing ago once humans went extinct. Oh, I thought, well, then who raised you? Nobody. I raised my damn self. Jesus Christopher Kringle fucker. I thought I was rugged. You're still pretty rugged. You're just a fucking dork about it. That's true. I guess I have Cal to look after me. It's not a discount to the service of the Seaman, okay? Heaven forbid. What happened to Roxy? We may not make it to that 4877 thing tonight. I'm trying to keep things fairly balanced between this and other things because I feel like people want Homestuck, but the people who want Homestuck really want it, but the people who don't really don't. Am I getting a phone call? Oh my god. Hello? 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 Is anyone there? Hello? Well, that was disappointing. Hello, hello, hello. Q Matchbox 20? That was you too. And that was the song Vertigo. I think. If it's a scam, read Homestuck to him. No one fucking calls me. I don't know people. Like, who the fuck would call me? Friends? Just hit me up on Discord or Twitter or some shit. Or send me a text. They know what the fuck I do. Pretty sure the Capricians took care of her when she was young. Oh, wait, the what's-its? Right, another thing I forgot to mention, there's these humanoid creatures with hard shells, some black, some white. Humanity was dwindling due to the increasing whimsical psychopathic condescents. She began to introduce more and more of these Capricians on the scene. Are they aliens too? Sort of. They're definitely from other planets, so yeah. Really, the deal with them is where they came from is a wholly different story at all. But the bottom line is that at some point, somehow, she started herding a bunch of them from their own homeworlds to Earth and multiplying them. Like, 100 years ago, it became clear that they favored these guys more than... she favored these guys more than humans as her subjects. They're very loyal and seem genuinely dedicated to serving her, but it must be what they were bred for. She still treats them like shit, though, unsurprisingly. All the colonies started sprouting up, and these modular cities floating in the water. Probably sounds cooler than it is. Basically slums which is where they tend to live in large numbers. Roxy lives in one of those colonies. It's about 2,000 miles from where I am. It's pronounced smegma. God, I hope it's not. Good gravy. These are exotic circumstances, and here I was thinking I had the most exciting, adventurous life. It turns out I'm just some chump on the boring ass monster island in this silly old pre-apocalypse. I'd simp for. Why would you? Why would you simp for anyone? Let's raid my. I'm still streaming. There's no need to raid Mike. I'm currently live. I'm totally fine if you guys want to go watch Mike, but like, you know, you just quietly do it on your own. You don't have to let me know about it because, yeah. She thick? No, she's not. She's got like a fucking like little tiny the waist. There's nothing to her. She's skinny as fuck. What do you mean? You're probably right. I'd be really keen about talking to Roxy about this too. I'm very curious about her experiences of the future lady with the whatsits, a hard shell folk. I must say that it turns my previous perception of your lives right on its freaking ear. Man, I would love to talk to you about all this, and she hates keeping secrets. It's been killing her not to spill all these fucking beans way the hell prematurely. Like, what even is your day-to-day business like in a sea Hitler's water apocalypse? Well, mostly I shit around in my apartment all day, building stuff, reading about history, flipping out with my sword. Sometimes I go fishing and check out the underwater ruins. She does plenty of useless fucking around too, but at least she's got a neighborhood. She used one of her gadgets to gank vegetables and stuff from the past. She tries to feed the hungry neighbors whenever she can scrounge up. These are amazing stories. I'm so glad to have friends like you. Oh, snap. What about Jane? Have you told her? Jane is... no, I haven't. I've been dropping some hints and tested her willingness to believe something like this, but it's not going to fly. It's way too much to drop on somebody all at once when they're not receptive. And true, but it does seem a shame to keep her out of the loop. Well, tell her whatever you want. She'll likely think that she's being fucked with. Personally, I wouldn't bother trying too hard to convince her that there's no point in alienating her. Someday, she'll be ready to believe things. Okay, I still have so many questions. Do they still make Kids Bop? Do they still make Kids Bop? Is that a thing they make? Can I go find a Kids Bop version of WAP? Is that a thing? That's the name of the song, right? Not yet? They're trying? See, I've heard that they tried, but like I don't sorry, like I don't even believe they would try. I feel like songs you can do that with Kids Bop songs if the song is subtle. But I don't think that song's subtle enough. Despacio. They did one. We're on Kids Bop 40. I remember when they came out. My parents allowed me to listen to actual music, like real versions of songs. And I think that's part of the reason that I listen to good music. Kids Bop is not going for subtle. Despacito. Sure. I still remember Kids Bop Wake Me Up. Yeah. Yeah. It's just kids screaming the lyrics. And it's like, why would you let your kid listen to this and not the real thing? Just let your kids listen to the censored version if you really have to go that far, so they don't say the fuck word. One time, ironically, went to a Kids Bop. How do you have a Kids Bop concert? What? The Kids Bop kids are celebrities, though? Name one of them. Name one Kids Bop kid at any point. What purpose does Kids Bop even serve? Thank you for the 5 bits, retired banana. They're on fucking tour regularly. What parent is like, man, I've been really enjoying listening to this absolute nightmare every day in the car on the way home from fucking middle school. You know it'd sound great? You know what sounds like a great fucking time? Going to a concert for this. To listen to this live when you know it's probably not live. It's probably lip synced. Like I get the idea of a Kids Bop album as a functional thing that exists for parents who don't want their kids to listen to naughty words, but the kids still want to listen to the popular stuff. I get that. I grew up with kids whose parents were like borderline there, like that. I listening to some stuff like fucking A Perfect Circle was like too edgy. Like Judith was too much for a Christian friend of mine. Go listen to that song by A Perfect Circle. It's a good song. It's been a while since I've listened to it, but yeah, fuck your God and your Lord and your Christ is one of the lyrics. It's very edgy. But yeah. Anyway, I should finish this page in the very least. Like I said, the changes will be more gradual than that, more clandestine. She'll exploit the fear of so many questions. It's so incredible that this is all going to be happening, right? Around the corner. I don't know if I'm ready. Like I said, the change will be a little bit more gradual than that, more clandestine. She exploit the fear caused by her revelation to the world to create intended reactions within the governments and media. Our agents are embedded on the inside, help nudge things in the right direction she wants. Then, 20-some odd years down the road, without anyone suspecting a thing, she'll suddenly be in complete control and Earth will be fucked. I want to join the opposition. Fuck this witch. I have a lot of guns and reckless bravado. I want to stop her. I'll pick up where my grandma left off. Well, aside from the main reason that won't happen, which I won't get into, that's still not a good idea. Horseshit, why not? Because people way better at this than you have tried and died? And you said you wanted to hear about our ancestors. Alright, we should probably stop there for the night on this one, but I do want to do some other stuff. I'm going to do some Outer Wilds tonight, if that's all right with y'all. Give me a half a second to stop and restart. This is the good part. How many pages of good stuff? Because, like, I'd like to do some Outer Wilds, because some people drop by here for Outer Wilds. Did you finish Danganronpa? No, we did some of it yesterday. Like 5 long pages. Yeah, the VOD for Danganronpa will be up in a couple days, probably. You'll see it's fucking great. Just save and do it next time. Okay, cool. That's what we'll do. I'm going to run like a minute 30 ad and set things up so that way we're doing a different thing about time travel and loops. It's about time loops. You guys fucking like time loops, right? You like calling me fucking Dave. Do you want to see a game where that happens? That's what the Outer Wild is. It's Groundhog's Day. But you're a space explorer. But something's causing the sun explode. Make it stop. Anyway, I'll be back. Give me a minute 30. BRB. That's my imitation of my own theme song because I didn't feel like loading it up. Bop, 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 bop. Ba-da-da-bop-bop-bop-bop. Please remember the plushies are on pre-order. This is from Ownage. They'll be shipping around late October, as mentioned in the description. Okay, so there's the answer on why the plushies are not coming at the same time. And the shirt turnaround seems pretty fast. I think I started announcing this on the 1st, so if they ordered it on the very first day that it was available, they got it within a week or so. A little over a week at most. So the shirts will be available almost instantaneously, and the shrooms will be available then. All right, I'll be right back. It'll take like 5 seconds for me to stop and restart the stream. Stick around for that. 1 sec. 3, 2, 1.